Hi guys, I'm trying to do some picking up, cleaning up stuff that doesn't always get done. I have been trying to go through stuff that's in my living room, things like that. Um, I was gonna, these, ugh, what a mess. um, Hello to whoever's out there. Like I said, I've got piles in the living room, and I'm going to do everything I can to get things sorted out. Where did my sample go? So I can measure it. There it is. I need to make some more of these, which is dividers. First, hi Julie, for some stuff. And so I thought while I was waiting for everybody to come in before I did my little journal page, I would just sit here and cut some of these. And that way I have to find the punch to do that. I think it's buried in the mess that's over there. And hi Lisa. Um, it just, it's one of those things where I'm just gonna try to get it all cleaned up. It's just making me crazy. Anyways, so while we wait for a few minutes for folks to come in, I thought I would just cut some of these and get that step done. 6.5. I think they're 6.5 by 5 before yeah. So if I cut them so that I can do the tab punch when I can find my tab punch, then I'll be ready, right? So I thought I'd just sit here and cut a few of these. The only thing is that always leaves more stuff to do something with. But this is perfectly good to make little tags out of. Let me show you. And sometimes Jeff is really good to me and he does these for me. You can make little tags. So that will use up that, right? So I will use it all, try to use it all anyways. So, but I thought while we're waiting for everybody to come in, I would just do this. I've been trying to go through baskets and things like that I've just cleaned the table off and shoved stuff into baskets, and it's no longer working. And that's not good. I just didn't get that cut. Hi, Nicola. Okay, my tab punch away. I decided my envelope punch makes good tabs anyway if I ever want any envelope punch. Oh, I really like the tab punch that I have. It's works pretty good. Hi, Dana. And these are for my image bin. I'll show that to you in just a minute. These are, I never got any dividers really made. I think I just did that one wrong. I most certainly did. Okay. Well, that was good. Guess I shouldn't talk and do things at the same time. It's all right. a fair amount of this cardstock. I totally messed that one up. Not a big deal. Hi, Joyce. Mentioned the envelope punch board. Why are you sorry? No need to be sorry. I just, I have one of those too, I think. I don't know. I don't know that I've ever had an envelope punch board because okay. What am I doing here? Oh, crap. Okay. I'm going to start over. Oh, you forgot to put in the board? I'm not. The envelope punch board cuts the envelopes on a diagonal, I think. And that has never been quite the way I like to make them. So, you know, it's not a big deal, but I don't think that's one of the boards I'm not sure I have. If I have it, it's because I got it at thrift store or something. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Teresa. It's been raining here most of the day. We actually, it looks like the sun's going to come out now. We've had some pretty nasty thunder. The thunder and lightning was pretty close. It made the house shake. Brandon wanted to know why the house shook so much when it thundered. It's like, you know, yeah, I know you can with it, and I may have one, Teresa, or sorry, Julie. I have an envelope punch board, Julie. I just don't remember. And the tab punch I have, I really like. So, but I think I was using it for something, and I think it didn't get put away as usual. So, I think it is buried in a pile. Anyways, I am just cutting up some cardstock so I can make some more dividers. That's the plan at the moment, is to make some dividers. I need to also make some more pockets for my stuff. So might work on that later after I do I'm going to do a little journal page, of course. I've gathered up some odds and ends of stuff, not because it was on my table, but because it was elsewhere. It was in a basket. And I found a saying I kind of liked, so I think I'm going to use that today. I'll show them all to you in a minute. I'm going to finish this page, and that ought to be enough for right now. There. Okay. Hi, Brittany. Have some label punches that would probably make nice tabs. Yeah, probably. Label punches would probably work real well. See, now I have another little mess that I have to take care of. This one even works. I can even make this one into this. I love this little punch. Makes the tiniest little ticket label. So I will punch that stuff. I will find some stuff to punch out of this. That's my goal, to use up stuffs. Put that like right there. This is what I'm working on though, is my image thing. I actually have this is where I did a bunch of embossed pages. I just embossed a bunch of things one day. And so I have those, and I've been finding them all over the place because, you know. And then I have these little envelopes that I made for images and for die cuts. And the idea is that I need some more tabs to go in these boxes. I have a couple of these boxes too, so I gotta sort of get it kind of straightened out a little better than I have. So these can just go back there for now. There we go. All right. So then I found a bunch of little odds and ends of stuff in. I just really liked this. So I thought maybe I would use it for mark making on the gel plate. Yes. Yeah. You could do that. That would work real well. I just I had done it. I can't remember what I was doing, but I did a whole bunch of them. I was going to bring it in a little bit closer. This is some little pieces of stuff. That's just a piece of paper. I don't know why I have that piece of paper out, but I do. This is, I think, some leftovers from when we were doing the fairy book. These are just cut out pieces cut out from wallpaper. Don't know why I have that. But I know this is from the fairy book, so, and there's some little tiny, very pale fairies on there. These are quotes about fairies, so I'm guessing this is fairy stuff. I know this is from the three-dimensional book. This is really cool. I like this. Maybe we'll use that today. I kind of like it. These are just some pieces of paper I found. This has some mushrooms in it. Some green papers. A bunch of little die cuts and stuff. See, I was just trying to clean up and I got stuff everywhere. You're still working on your fairy book? Well, we finished our fairy books, but you know, I have enough fairy stuff I probably can do another one. I'm thinking about it, so. I really like this embossed thing. Wonder what that would look like. I like the black, but I think I like the white better. I'm thinking maybe the white needs some ink on it. Just over the top surface. Maybe we'll try it and see what happens. Do an eclectic junk journal. Isn't that what I do every Sunday, though, Julie? Is an eclectic junk journal? I need, I don't think peeled paint is going to be the right color. Ugh, doesn't want to open. Yeah, I have a good variety. Oh, that's not a bad color. Okay. I'm thinking it might need 2 colors of green, though. This is library green, but it's kind of a, yeah, it's too blue. Kind of a turquoisey color. I think it's going to need a little brown. A little potting soil. Oh, yeah. That looks pretty good. It's cardstock, Teresa. I have found that embossing doesn't work real good on printer paper. So I usually use cardstock. I'm thinking that I don't want to put this, I think I'm going to put this just behind and leave this part on the page. So I need a page that looks good on. Kind of like that. You can see it's cardstock now. Yeah. Teresa, this back when we were cutting up the fairy book, remember that Lisa sent me half of a book that was a pop-up fairy book? This came out of that. That's where it came from. It's just a piece of that pop-up fairy book. I'm thinking I want to leave some of this sticking out, kind of like a tab, but I don't want all of it. So I need to figure out how I'm going to do that. Maybe I need to just glue that together for right now. Pencil. I need a pencil. I don't think that, Teresa. I just think that you want to ask the questions. That's all. Okay, we're going to cut that like that. And of course, I left my other scissors over on the other side of the room. Okay. Might have to decorate the other side of that just a little bit. And that needs to be rounded. Yes, rounded. Okay. Do I like that? I do. But I almost think that it's too much. It sticks out too far. Okay, that's not so bad. I think it can still go down a little bit. Okay. Now, how much is it going to stick out? That's not sticking out too bad now. Hi, Adria. Did I say hello to Texas, Lisa? I hope so. I said hello to Alaska, Lisa, but I'm not sure I said hello to Texas, Lisa. I saw her pop in. Okay. No, the lady is doing the July prompt journal. Who's doing the July prompt journal, Barbara? Okay. But to add to with leftover things, I have a lot of tubs of leftover stuff I need to put away. Okay. Ann Lar is doing that, but I forgot who she's following. Huh. Okay. All right. So we're going to put this in, I think, like that. Then we're going to put this in over it like that. But we need to finish out this bottom edge, which I think there was a piece of black cardstock. That could go just like that. Okay, so I need to make a straight edge on this. You subscribe to having to search through to find her. Well, I think if you go July Junk Journal, you'll probably find her. I think I must be subscribed to whoever's doing it because I think I've seen those. I won't guarantee anything, but I think I've seen them. Okay, this is that kind of cardstock that's dyed in the middle, but might not be the same dye because see, it's gray in the middle instead of black. There was just a piece that was laying there. Okay, so if we put that there and put this here and then that over it. Yes, I like that. Okay, we'll do that much. Meg Journals. Okay, Meg Journals. M-E-G. Thank you, Barbara. And there's Barbara. Hi, Sharon. Barbara put her channel on. Guys, if I've missed anybody coming in, welcome, welcome. I'm just working, so, you know, it's... That doesn't... I should have just cut it instead of tearing it. She made a no-sew concertina journal, okay? And then she's using leftover stuff in it. Well, that's kind of what I've done with this, too. Leftover stuff. Okay, why is it? Ah, there we go. It's tipped. There we go. That works. Okay. I just found this morning. It was in a tub. Something like where when I cleaned off my table, I just stuck it in a basket kind of thing. And the basket was in the tub from when Helen came to try to help me clean up. And I'm trying to make them go away. Thanks, Lisa. That's a good question, Teresa. How is your stepdad, Lisa? Okay, so there's that part. I was going to put a little bird in here. That was my thought. I had those little birds I found today. We might put a little flower in there too, just for the fun of it. Let's see, but I was thinking maybe one of these little birds would be cute. I don't know about the flower. Maybe. Well, I'm glad it's at least better, Lisa. Oxygen is a thing, unfortunately. Okay. Like I said, I was thinking about putting in one of these little birds. I got some little birds. And, you like the stones in the flower? I kind of thought it just needed a little pop of color down there is what I was thinking. I'm not sure that's the right bird. I'm still looking. Well, that bird looked better than that one. I may just use one of these tiny birds that are solid black because that might work better. Actually, he needs to go right there. Oh, she added another one. Yay! Okay, so I'm liking that. Thank you, Sharon. Now, this was the saying I was the birds I was going to put on here today. But I need to tear this out. Oh, okay. That's interesting. My tear ruler is not in the drawer. I wonder where it went to. Because usually I put that away. Oh. Huh. That's interesting. My metal ruler's not in here too. I wonder if I took it to... I have taken it Thanks, guys. Thanks, Julie. I'm liking how it's coming out. I like this so far. I'm not gluing the birds down until I get my words. We'll just have to tear this with this. That's okay. I just don't understand where my tear ruler went to. The top one, the bigger bird. Okay, wait a minute. Face the other way. Yes. You think the top one is facing out? I was having him face towards the sun. That's what I was having him do. He doesn't work very well there. In a safe place. Yes, Jeffrey's always putting stuff in a safe place, Teresa. He wants to chat with the other birds. Okay. How's that, Lisa? Is that better? The big one can't really go over there. He doesn't fit well. But my tear ruler is probably right, in a safe place. Yep. You think it works okay? That's better? Okay. The big one's tail stuck out too far. It wanted to go over the crease in the. Okay, what do we think about that? I honestly think that this is better up there than down there because this is almost too big of a space. Okay, Lisa says perfect. Okay. Boy, that was a fast page today. Okay, good. I'm actually picking them up. I'm picking them up because, you know. There we go. And let me put them back in the container. Okay. We got to glue this stuff down. Yeah, we hide our stuff. I know. I've hidden my tab punch. Okay, good. I can't get hold of that thing. like it. It came out so cute. Like I said, this wasn't stuff that was on my desk. This was stuff that was buried in a box. Just odds and ends of stuff buried in a box. From the number of boxes I have that are like this, I could probably make one of these journals completely with, you know, with stuff. Okay, let's throw these little tiny pieces of paper away because, you know, we don't need them all. Oh, trash can's way far away. Okay. We need to date this, and I think it's going to work best to write it in white. Yep, I like it. The purple flower kind of goes with this, too. Today is July 21st. 2024. Ta-da! I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. All right. These are scrap drawer stuff. Okay. Scrap drawer stuff. My scrap drawer is getting kind of full. We're going to have to do something about it. These are odds and ends of things I need to deal with still. I think those can go in my little trash basket. That's what I think I'll do with those. I'll work on this stuff later. Wish I could find a button embossing folder that is like the edge of the page so it would fit through your Sidekick. Oh, you mean like a skinny one? Yeah, Lisa, I understand that point. I've been busy all week. Of course, we were gone. We went off on a little trip, which was fun. Where did I put that bag of? There we are. Except that the power went out while we were gone. That was not as much fun as you might think. That stuff is still sitting there. Okay. All right, those things can sit there. These things can, oh, they can just go in my little scrap basket. We had a bad storm, very bad storm. Could find one that is full size and maybe cut it down. Yeah, Julie, probably a bookmark size is what she needs. But I have a bunch of appointments for Mom this week too, so this week will be busy. Okay, so those need to just curl around so they can stay in there. Ta-da! Kind of cleaned up. Not real cleaned up, but kind of cleaned up. Was going to do something. What was the other thing I wanted to do? Oh, I know what it was. I want to show you, I want to play with something and I want to see if it works. And we can do it with this because it's big enough. Mm-hmm. I'm just getting stuff out, guys. Sorry. Okay. Well, I hope it goes very well, Teresa. I have a bunch of this. Bought it because I thought it would make good postcards. And it does make good postcards, unless you want to put them together in a book. And if you want to do that, they have a really bad habit of sticking together because the side that you can write on is kind of sticky. So I was wondering if you can gel plate on this photo paper on both sides. So that's what we're gonna try. And since I can do it on my little one, that's what we'll do. Probably gonna need some paper to roll my off, right? Sprayer off. So I got some paper. Yeah, I got some scrap paper. Okay, let's get rid of those because if we don't have those in the way, they're going to be in the way. Put them back where they belong. Okay. The sidekicks are antiques now. Yeah. Well, I hope it goes real well, Teresa. Okay, and I'm just gonna use just whatever. That may be way too much paint for this little plate. Huh, got something yucky paint. There we go. Well, Lisa, this gel press plate is definitely doesn't like that paint. Remember how yours was doing that last time? I just don't know how well this stuff will stay on there. Oh, yeah. That's, oh. Get it off of there. Okay. Don't think I want to do that. Let's see if it'll dry on there. That was the printer paper side, so we may have to put paint on those a different way. Let's try the other side. See what happens. Mine did that until you vac lined it. Baby powder resist. Looks like baby powder resist. It's pretty, but it's stuck to the plate, and I don't want that happening. That was not good. So we'll see what happens with this next, with the back side. I want to see what happens with the back side. Because that was the front side. That was the shiny side. Vaselined it. Okay. Now, okay, so I can probably gel plate on the back side if the paint stays on. That will be the question, whether or not the paint stays on it. So we have to let it get dry. Okay. So if that's the case, could we put... Could paint get put on it? This is the shiny side. Oh, so I'm sorry, I'm off camera. Didn't mean to be. Because if paint was on there, then you wouldn't have to worry about it sticking, because the paint doesn't stick. So we have to see if the paint will stick to it. That's what we have to see. I will be surprised if the paint doesn't stay on. Okay. Yes, I'm playing with some photo paper, Julie. I have an idea actually for this. Okay, this is the first one where I put the paint on the jelly plate. It's not completely dry. So in other words, basically you can jelly plate on the back side, but jelly plating on the front side means that you have an issue with it sticking to the plate. So even with the paint on it, it sticks to the paint on that side. So that tells me we do not want to do that. That's weird. That's just weird. Let's try it again on... Oh, sandpaper, just take all the surface off, Teresa. Maybe gesso at first. The paint is staying on it. The paint's staying on it, but it's sticking to the jelly plate. So it's not going to work on the jelly plate, but it probably would work to paint on it. Let's just try it with the sprayer. Dress oxide and glossy photo paper, and buffed it when it was dry. I don't see any reason why the acrylic paint wouldn't stay on it. I just it's just going to be one of those things where you can't put it on the jelly plate. That's really kind of cool. I like the way it looks too. Now what might happen is once it fully dries on that side, that you could go back and do it because that was still tacky. Big thing is I have a lot of this paper, a lot, and I would like to use it. Looks like you're looking at something under a microscope. Interesting. Let's see what the back side did. Okay. There again, because it's plasticky, it doesn't dry as fast. But you can print on it real well. Okay, so I could jelly plate on the back side and have to just paint the other side. It's going to stay on, Julie. It's definitely not going to come off. At least off the back side. Let's see what the front side did. Yeah, it's not going to come off the front either. It's just going to take a while for them to dry. Like it. You like the red and yellow one? Did I ruin it with the purple? I like it. I like the weight of it too. It's no, I can't. These take a long time to dry. That's one of the things that's going to happen. They're going to take a while to dry. Let's try another one. Oh, well, I don't think we need that much. Okay. Squish another card on top of it. Yep. I thought about that, Teresa, but that one's kind of grungy. I can only do like one more or two, maybe two more. I don't have a lot of space to lay them down. Like I said, I just wanted to experiment. How about heart bubble wrap? Probably. I didn't get out a bunch of stuff. I just wanted to see if it would work on the paper. Honestly, I wasn't sure the paper would take the paint. That was one of the things I was not sure about. I think it will be fine. It's just not going to like the jelly plate. And I think I'm going to want to put multiple layers on it. So it's just it was one of those things I wanted to experiment with. Okay, let's move this over. Let's try the back side of this again. You'll have to put the paint on the bubble wrap and tap it on that way. Yeah. How the paint doesn't spread. It looks like the paint just soaks right into that, so it doesn't spread as well. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of different in how it goes on the paper. It's kind of, but see, photo paper is designed to what do I want to say? Suck in the ink. So I guess that's part of it, maybe. Come here. I don't want a huge ton, just a drop. Just a drop. One drop. There we go. Baby powder and cornstarch are kind of the same thing anymore. There's a lot of cornstarch in baby powder, I think, now because okay, we're going to do the back side again to make sure that the back side will not be stuck. I don't. Yeah, so the back side works. The front side does not. Yep, that's why you said it probably worked the same. Yep. Okay. Okay, I got it. But it's really odd. They're not dry at all, guys. They're going to take a long time to dry. They're not like using paper. So we'll set it over there. I need to clean this off with something. Okay. It is. It's a very cool look, and I think that playing with it a little bit will kind of do what I want it to do. I just think that I'm going to need to what do I want to say? I'm going to need to have enough room so everything can get laid out and dry and all that kind of stuff. I want to clean this plate off. So let's put this on there. I'm just going to use some regular paper to shoot. Made a big old mess. All right, this plate's going all over everywhere. Tells me I need to get something to stick it to. Thanks, Lisa. Okay, Barbara's got to get food. Okay. Let's see, the plate's almost clean. When you use paper, the plate cleans up real well. I'm liking this yellow oxide. Kind of interesting. Okay, now I gotta clean up the mess I made. Okay, first we don't want to put that away just yet. We need to set it up there. paper can go over here. Those can just sit like that. Gotta clean up me. See you when you come back, Barbara. Okay. Next question. I wonder how well that would stick, that paper would stick to to some cardstock. Maybe I could do that too. That is another question. All right. That's the next experiment we'll do. Okay, we might save that because I had to stop knitting. My eyes keep closed and walked a lot on concrete. Ouch. Sorry, Lisa. Okay, so let's get a drink of tea. And, well, is this big enough to see if this will stick? Barely, but it'll work. Okay, so I want to find out if this kind of paper will stick to the cardstock. So do we want to stick? Maybe we should use one that's already painted. That would be fun, right? No, that's wet. Okay. Ooh. Didn't realize my brush was out of water. Air conditioner has a bad habit of drying it out this time of year, and I forgot to check it. Hi, Sherry. But it was an interesting day. Fiber Festival at the fairgrounds next to Pride Festival, Cedar Bomb there. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm just going to try. This one is the back side, whether the back side will stick. I think it will, but we'll see. We're going to need a piece of right. Need this. cardstock is soaking it up a lot, so that sometimes happens. Okay, put this on there. I would think that it would again stick, but you never know, so we'll try them out, let them dry. Yes, it's my Mod Podge mixture, Lisa. It's Mod Podge and Elmer's Glue all. Not Elmer's Glue like school glue, but Elmer's Glue all. Okay, so I'm just going to lay this back down there. I can trim it after the fact. Okay, that's the back side sticking down. Now then, have I got one that's the front side? Let's see. Yeah, because this is the front side, and I think I had another piece of other scrap that should fit. Yeah, okay. Okay. Looks like a mountainous background. Yeah, it kind of does look like little mountains, doesn't it? Barbara's back. Usually the Mod Podge and glue mixture works real well for everything that I do. So, and it seals. If you're having it, if you're putting it on the surface, it usually seals, but it sticks to the photo paper. That is the problem. I couldn't use the photo paper. I used the photo paper for some postcards when I was mailing them to Mom, and it stuck the postcards together in the book. So it didn't work very well. Okay. Okay. There again, that seems to have stuck. Well, it was stuck and now it's off center a little bit, but that's all right. Tiny little bit off. It's not going to bother me for this test. Okay. Sorry guys, I had to check that, but we'll see how they dry. That's the thing. So the tests are done. I like the fact that you can jelly plate on the back side of that paper. And it gives you some really cool looks. So that would... Barbara, they're the size of a postcard. But my real test was to see what works to paint on them. It's photo paper, and I wanted to see if painting on them would let me use them for postcards or I don't know, maybe book pages or what do you call those? Journal cards, things like that. Because I have it. I bought it to use as postcards, and the slick side, the back side's got stuff on it, and it's not thick enough to actually just use plain. It wants to stick to, if I put my design on the back side and write on the front side, they stick to the Mod Podge. So they're not working for my book. They work as individual postcards if I'm just sending off one postcard, but when I want to put them into my book, they stuck together. I had to wax them all, which was not fun. So I had bought a bunch of it at a thrift store, and just was not sure what I could do with it. You know what I'm saying? It's now I have it. Can I? And it does not like the gel plate. The back side is okay on the gel plate, but the front side sticks to the gel plate. It's that postcard. Shannon, I know Sharon, excuse me, said the wrong thing. I know it works with alcohol inks, but I was trying to get a layer on there that wouldn't stick. That was, but alcohol inks work real well on it. As far as I'm concerned, it does. Let me see if I've got some right here. No, that's not alcohol ink. Where's the alcohol ink? Just a minute. I've got it right here. I just got to get a couple that. I just needed a couple that kind of contrasted one another. Yeah, it just didn't work the way I envisioned because they stick. So it made me very unhappy. Now, most of the time they say alcohol ink works better on the back side of the photo paper, but the back side on this has marks on it, so. This is blender solution, and these are, what kind of inks are these? I think these came from Hobby Lobby. You know, they're not Tim Holtz ones. It's interesting, the red is running, but the blue is not. But you could do some interesting stuff with it. I mean, oh, let's put this in this away. It gets very solid very quickly when it soaks into that plasticky part of the paper. Also, I wonder where my alcohol spray bottle is. I think this might be it. No, that's water. Just a second, guys. I'm looking for I have a spray bottle like this with alcohol in it, I think. Somewhere. I don't see it. So it's probably put up somewhere else. Yeah, it's supposed to work better on the back. But see, the back of these have words written on them. So I don't know if it would cover it. What's happening on the back is it doesn't sink in, and that's why it's working better on the back. It behaves more like alcohol on Yupo paper when it's on the back. That's the thing, is it's much more like what you expect alcohol ink to do if it's on the back. So that answers our question. But there again, the alcohol ink is not going to create a surface that doesn't stick. I wonder what would happen if you put Mod Podge over the top of the alcohol ink. Next experiment, but this has to dry first. Okay, let's put these away for right now. Except that I think this needs a little gold. Don't you? I got too much. Okay. As far as gold goes, that's not very shiny, unless it's going to get shiny when it dries. Which it doesn't. Well, maybe it's going to. gloss or matte. Yeah, I have matte mediums, and probably after it dries, the same thing would be true is if I used the ooh mm-hmm is if I use the Mod Podge. But I do have matte medium. When it dries, we'll see whether or not we can put stuff over the top of it, because that would probably be fun too. Okay. Where can I set this? Right there? Yeah. At the moment, I'm kind of curious to see what would watercolor do. What if you glued plain tissue paper over them that becomes transparent? Yeah, see, that would work too. A napkin on them. Oh, I could put a napkin on them. I bet you I could do that. Let's. Okay, that was. I had water here. I have no idea if this will stay on this paper, you know. Need a clean paper towel. What might happen is that when you go to put anything over the surface of it, because it's water soluble, that it comes right off. That's very likely what's going to happen. Okay, that's the front side. Water-based inks. Okay, if water-based ink stays, that will too. Okay. Okay. But is Distress ink Does it stay on the back side or the front side, Julie? Distressed ink, which is water soluble. It's interesting the way it's drying. It's separating. I don't know that you can see it. Let me see if I can bring you all the way in. Didn't try the back. Okay. Now it's not. Let me turn off the autofocus and see if we can bring it up here. Look at right here by my thumb. Come here. Come on now. See how it's doing that little separating thing in the pink? Kind of interesting. Okay, so these Prang watercolors are kind of pretty. These are the ones I got at the Dollar Tree. They were just on my table. That's why we're using them. So, okay, Julie just sent. Let's see if I can make it bigger. Okay, come. Can you turn? No. It's Julie just sent some pictures where she used the distress sprays. Okay, Lisa, bye-bye, hon. Those are pretty, Julie. Okay. Come on now, drip out. Clean out the watercolor brush. I would think that it would stay better on the front side simply because the front side of the photo paper is designed to suck up ink. And that's my thought, is that the front side it should stay on there. The back side might not. The only way to find out is to let them dry. Let me pile any of this up. I wonder what. Of course, these are permanent. I'm guessing this is Julie showing us some things. No, no. Oh, this is the stamped image later. These are really pretty, Julie. I'm wondering, where did I put it? What did I do with it? I had it earlier. Oh, I moved stuff around. Right there. This is just where I cut out something. Okay, I should be able to put that away now. It was where I die cut something, and I found that earlier too when I was finding stuff, and they work like really good stencils. They were pretty. Thank you, Julie. Die cut. Yeah, the die cut. It's like, I can't talk. I will tell you that stenciling on this piece of paper is kind of different. It sticks to the little foam thing. You can feel it as it sticks and picks up. So it's an interesting kind of the way it stamps. Okay, let's put this up. You can hear it. Yeah, you can. What is that called? Oh, Andrea's not here. Andrea's the one who likes ASMR. Yeah, I have used real ferns, but there's certain times of the year that if I cut the real ferns, then I'm not going to have any. So um, I usually use the fake ones. They work pretty good. Thanks, Julie. I guess I should bring you guys back in. Huh. That's as close as it's going to get. All right. The only thing is it's I still can't use it without something on it. So it seems to be accepting it well. It's just it's still that sticky feeling. Yes, Barbara. It's just black cardstock. It won't last long, and it definitely wouldn't last long if I use something more wet. Do you know what I'm saying? If I used a spray or something, this definitely wouldn't last very long. But the other thing is, uh, this this paper does not like to accept the Mod Podge on it. I'll show you. It tends to roll off. Now that I might be wrong, but well, and I probably should have let it dry overnight because that ink sometimes doesn't dry completely. Huh, it's going to go on there today and not smear. It will last longer than you think, especially if you use it once or twice on your jelly plate and coat it with paint. That was the problem, though, Barbara. I can't use this side on the jelly plate because it sticks to the jelly plate. It was like it was going to tear off my jelly plate. So but it looks like this particular paper is gonna be all right. Nope, it's gonna do that peel back thing. Let me show you. Water soluble ink becomes permanent on photo paper. We're gonna just try that out in just a minute. Let me turn the autofocus on. See how it's, see what it's doing? So it doesn't let you do it, at least not with Mod Podge. So, and I'm sorry guys, but I'm going to have to excuse myself for a minute. I'll be right back. Yeah, cellular. It's making little cells kind of like the paint on my jelly plate. So I'll be right back. Probably. Sorry, guys. Anyways, we'll let that dry. Maybe coating it once a second time would work. I could also try matte medium. I do not like matte medium, but I could try it.
Still have half of it.
What?
You still have half.
Yeah, but if I take a drink out of my tea, then you can fill it up. It's not really half. It's only about. Tea Fairy's here. There you go. Okay, these are definitely water soluble inks. So Let's knocking stuff over. Thanks, hon. You tried a glue that isn't water-based, but glue by itself is sticky, Julie. The whole problem is that when I tried to make my postcards into a book, they stuck together. So I've got to have something that isn't sticky, and that's why the Mod Podge glue mixture works. But okay, we're going to I'm just using this one today simply because that's what I have out since we're experimenting. And quite frankly, none of this glue that I'm working with is, or none of this ink that I'm working with is actually, it's going to work on these. It's going to work, but it's not going to work to do what I need it to do, which is mail as postcards. Simply because it's not taking away the photo paper surface. The point of putting the paint on it was to try to take away the photo paper surface, the slick stuff. So let's see, that's really ugly. Oh well. Well, see, and that's not going to work either, Julie, because I don't tote that. I'm not going to take a laminator or any of those things on my trips. That's why I was trying to make it have a surface that wasn't sticky so that I can use them for my postcards. That's, yeah, see the watercolor, none of that's going to make them not sticky. Oops, that's wet still. Yeah, once the watercolor paint is not permanent on there, that's for sure. See, it washes right off even after it dries. So watercolor doesn't stay on there, which is fine. I understand that. Didn't expect it to. Yeah, that's on the front, but this is on the front, you mean? Or the watercolor's on the front? The watercolor's on the front. Um, uh, come here, I need water. Yeah. Now, the Distress ink, but see, the Distress ink is not quite the same as watercolor. So it's fairly permanent on the front. It's not going in, it's really not going anywhere. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Um, the one on the back, let's look at the watercolor that's on the back and oh, it's not dry enough to even check. Oh, maybe it is in a spot or two. It's dry right there. I can try it. Yeah, the watercolor is definitely not permanent enough. The Distress ink, it might be water soluble, but it doesn't. What is it about the Distress ink? I can't think. Oh dear. Let me see what it says if I can remember. It doesn't say, but I think if you look it up online, it is not the same as water-based. It's not alcohol-based like, or solvent-based like StazOn. And this one, these are permanent and waterproof because they're a mixture of something. But these are a mixture too, I think. I can't remember. Yes, it's very definitely a mystery kind of paper. So, anyways, it's one of those things where playing with it is one of those things. The only thing you can do is play with it a little bit. Seems that the Mod Podge is going to hold it on the paper though. So if I gel printed the back side and glued the front side to because this one, the front side is glued down. Yeah, there's something in the Distress ink that's a little different than a lot of other inks. I could jelly print on the back side and then put the cardstock on the front side. That's gonna stay. It's not gonna come off. I think that would work. I think that's the solution I may play with. It's just have a bunch that are jelly printed and stuck to paper. Guess that's what we're going to do next Sunday. Really like that color combination. Because this is the back side glued down and the front side still slippery. And when you paint on the back side, it seems to be okay. Yes, that's what I'm thinking, Julie. If I glued them to the cards, if I got some bunch of them painted and glued to the cardstock, because then if I do my collage on top of this, because that's what I'd be doing. Let's find something to collage on here. First, let's trim it up. I didn't get it on the cardstock real even. There we go. And glued, yes, they would be usually by the time I put brochures and stuff on the surface, they're usually thick enough that it that they'll go through the mail, but the collage part would be good. Okay, what do we want to collage on here today? Well, we could let's see, what do we got? What do we got? Let's look for some images. Oh, you know what? I had that envelope that had the fairy stuff on it, although that's not very fairy-like. Those would be pretty on there. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll just put that on there. That does mean, however, that I have to cut them out. To cut something out. All right. Okay. sorry, you guys get. I have to get my other scissors. I can't fussy cut with those. Oh, that's terrible. But usually, Lisa, by the time I have put, the brochures and stuff on something, it works fine. But they just stuck something fierce, and I ended up that entire book I had to wax, and that is not fun. But if I had painted backgrounds already stuck to cardstock, I could probably I could use them. Because sometimes I don't want to cover the whole page. That's the thing. You can tell I'm being real careful with my fussy cutting, right? Okay, let's see where. Also, if they had cardstock stuck to the back of them, they won't be sticky on the back. And that is what happened, is that everything stuck. I guess if I just put the cardstock, actually, if I just put cardstock on the back of the paper, it would work. Okay. I need some words. Right, words. Thanks, Julie. It's off the front of a it's a seed catalog. Baker Creek is a seed company that we have here in this state. They do heirloom varieties of seeds, kind of a lot of odd things that a lot of people don't necessarily grow. I need words, and I have to hunt words. Okay, I like this. Oh. That one wasn't what I was saying. This one says, I hope that while so many people are out smelling the flowers, someone is taking the time to plant some. Oh, I like this better. A weed is but an unloved flower. That's even better. So that is the one we'll use. But we need to. Huh. Okay, that didn't work so well. Maybe we'll trim it with the scissors because I don't like that. There we go. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll scribble around it. That will work. First, let's coffee ink it. It's somehow it's not balanced very well. I'm just balancing it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, but I want to okay. Normally I'd stick it down first, but I don't want to wait for this stuff to dry, so. Oh, well, guess what? That doesn't want to draw on the, shoot. There. See, even the back side of this photo paper is still very slicky, and it doesn't behave the same way as paper. But it'll work. Yep, that's the paper that's doing that. Okay, now then, let's get this out of the way. Let's get some Mod Podge out. Okay. Okay. Now then, it's over the edge, but I have found that if I just leave it that way and let it dry, then I can trim it off later and it stays better. And I have also found that all my postcards need 2 layers of Mod Podge stuff. It's just the way it works. And this one might need 3 because these flowers are from the cover of the magazine. I bought a lot of it, Julie, and it's the right size to make my postcards, and that's what and I just really wanted to try to use it, you know. It's this will have to dry and then I'll have to redo it. It's just going to be one of those things. Sometimes whatever you use for your collage is just a little stiffer than other things. Just the way it works. But it'll be all right. Yeah, see, it's not stuck in the middle. Okay. Right here, it's not, oh, you can't see. I'm sorry. It's not stuck down real good. I'm having to use my finger. Just a minute, I'll clean up so you can see it. Right there, it wasn't stuck. You and Lisa are the only ones there? Well, there's not a bunch of you, and I'll be getting off here in a minute because I think Anne comes on at 4, and I've got other chores to do. Now that it's quit raining, I need to go outside and pick some vegetables. I wanted to do it this morning and I couldn't. Teresa may be gone because of the weather. She was going to get us, they were getting ready to get a storm. Okay. And honestly, I wish I hadn't put that on that background because that background was really pretty, and it's okay, but it's just, you know, what it is. I think I should be able to, I think Anne may have changed her time. Did she, Barbara? Oh, Sharon's there listening. See, I figured everybody was there. Oh, she's been on and gone. Oh, wow. Lisa got a letter and a phone call from her kidlet this week. That's pretty good. You know, they probably made him write you, right, Lisa? Okay. That's not bad. But what I can do is I can use the jelly plate and just print on the back side and then glue the front side to the cardstock. Actually, if I just glued the front side to the cardstock and then used it, because regular cardstock is also not enough. It's not thick enough. Yuck, I'm sticky. Let me go get something I want to show you. I'll just leave that for you to look at. Oh. Where did it go? I just had it. Okay, let's move this and then I can show you what I'm talking about. After he received a postcard. Oh. Just a minute. Let me back out here so you can really see. Okay, so trash. Too much junk on my table. Can't work because I got so much junk on the table. So I have cardstock like this. Birthday card. Birthday card. This does not make for good postcards because it's too thin. Okay, and I agree this doesn't make for good postcards either. But if I were to glue these to this, I can get 6 of these out of here. And then I could, ta-da. So if I paint the back side, glue the front side down the way that one was. Yep. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And that will make them stiff enough to make postcards out of them. And I can use both things of paper because, see, this piece of cardstock is not something I would use anyways because it's got these words on it that are too big. So the fan's not coming on, then I might play with this just a little bit more because I haven't done anything with this. I still have to go back there and I have to do all the white that's all around it. So let's work on the white. See if we can get this pen to work a little bit. But I'm going to have to change glasses. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Yes, I could really use the thumbs, guys. Remember? Okay, I guess I'm going to have to order new pens. I saw a really interesting set of pins while I was gone off one day online. They're online. There's some kind of white gel art pen, but there was multiple different pin points in pin points, sizes, in other words, in the set. So I'm thinking about ordering them. One of these days I'll finish this and then we can put some paper inside of it. Maybe. But these things take a while. They just do. And I guess if I watch television, maybe I could watch television and finish it. But, okay, so this is not going to go well, I guess. There we go. I guess we'll have to switch to that other pen. Okay, Julie, I am going to just stay on for just a little bit longer. If Anne's not coming on, then... Okay, this pen's not working either. Okay, maybe this will work. There we go. I looked for these in a thicker point, but they don't seem to come any thicker. Because I think the 07s are marked as fines. And I was hoping I could get a broad one, but they don't seem to have that. So that's okay. We'll get it sooner or later. I need to go through all my Posca pens and see which ones are really not working anymore, because, you know, I have a little drawer full and they don't all work. And if the white ones aren't going to be really white, there's no reason to keep them. We've had so much rain that our tomatoes are splitting all open. It's a pain. Makes them hard to keep for very long. And yes, I know I missed some in the middle, but the problem is my hand. I don't like to get my hand on top of stuff, so I'm trying to do things that will keep my hand out of it. That's the deal. Oh, I guess it would be nice if does that mean they are reseeding for next year? No, Lisa, they're just splitting open and rotting. The rain just makes them split open when we get too much, and it's so hot. that and the bugs are getting to things. It's just that time of year. July is not the best gardening month for us. Gardening in July is it's just not, it doesn't really work very well. I mean, the eggplants are good and the peppers are doing pretty well. There's enough Tabasco peppers out there to last 3 lifetimes, but I don't use those. Brandon planted them for himself and he eats them, but I don't think he needed quite so many plants. He's been taking a bunch of the Tabascos to work. Yeah, Lisa Boohoo is right. The deal is you kind of have to just go ahead and pick them and cut off the bad stuff and use them. And that's kind of what we've been doing, but we were gone for several days, so I think some of them got, Brandon didn't get it out there because he's been working a lot of hours. And I was gone, so I didn't get any picked. So some of them just kind of went bad. It's all right. Okay, you know what? Look at this one right here. I think it needs little tiny black dots in the middle of each of these. You may have to get out the Posca pen. No, this works. See, just little itty bitty black dots in there. That means I'm going to have to go back in. Mm-hmm. Jeff, do you have the TV on? Yeah. Well, warm hoodie on. Just put my big dressing gown. This weekend is hot, but it's been cold and rainy. We have leaves already turned, and the fireweed is pretty much topped already. Ooh, that is an early winter. Okay, so when I come back to black, I'm going to put little black dots. See this one? And that's the one with the little black dots in it. Just changes it just a little bit. So one Sunday I'll get this done, and then I've got 2 more to do. You realize that, right, guys? This was supposed to be busy work while we were on our long trip. Didn't happen. You would think when you're camping you'd have a lot of downtime, but for some reason we kind of stay busy until we fall over at night. Our camping trip was very interesting this last week. We went for a ride to see a different park, which was pretty, and it's not terribly far away, so it might be something we consider, for a midweek camp out. And then we went to town to go to a thrift store, which was fun. Went out to lunch. Then the next day we were was that the day? Yeah, that was the night that the power went out. we had been outside, and then the rain came, so we were in the camper playing a card game with our friends, or dominoes. Like we were playing dominoes, I guess. And there was some big claps of thunder and some limbs that fell on the camper. Nice bad storm. And then all of a sudden, we had no power. So I guess it's a good thing we have generators. Just the two of you sometimes so you can rest. Ha! Not in the camper. We have another camper. We have some friends that have a camper of their own, Lisa. Just like ours, only a couple years older. Ours is brand new, so they had theirs first. Actually, we kind of told them this is what you should buy because don't buy what we've got. Buy this other thing because what we've got's not quite right. So they agreed, and they got a rig that's actually the same thing as ours. And so we were supposed to be side by side in two campsites that were right next to each other. And just like always, for some reason, we got into our campsite and something was wrong with the power. So we weren't that far apart. We were only one campsite apart. Yep, we were traveling and playing together. Yep. It's kind of nice. We haven't had that until this last year. This year's the first time we've had company. And we've enjoyed it quite a bit. They were with us on our spring trip, Lisa. They're the friends that helped us move from one camper to another. They are really good friends. When we said we're going to Iowa, they canceled their plans and went to Iowa with us. And then when we bought the rig, you have to go from one rig to the other, and they spent 3 hours helping us move from one rig to the other, which was a huge help. Can't ask for better friends than that. Hello, Sandra. The white makes just enough difference. It just changes it. It's amazing what just that little bit of change does to your thing. I need to go through my image files. I want to do another one with magazine images so you guys can see what happens when you use magazine papers. That you don't realize that there's so much good paper in a magazine, even a cheap magazine that you think it's not really all that great. Ads have a lot of real interesting textured papers in them in magazines. That's what I said, Barbie. Can't get better friends than ones that'll help you move. Bunch of flowers and leaf sprays on magazine pages, a la Shannon Green. Great fun. Just use them today in your little book. Yeah. There's so many things you can do with magazine pages that you kind of just have to play with them. Okay, we're going to try. That will work. Okay. See, I'm just putting little white circle dots in the middle. I will say that magazine paper does buckle. So you have to kind of be willing to deal with the buckle. Now, Jean Peter uses lots of magazine paper, but she uses a glue stick instead of something liquid. So if you use a glue stick instead of Mod Podge or something liquidy glue, then you would have less buckle. I got sidetracked and off of my plan to finish up my projects from Creativille. I need to get back to that and finish those projects, but seems I have more projects started than finished. And then I spent the day experimenting. You know, that's the way it works. But I'm going to work on this for about 10 more minutes and then I'm going to go. Okay. Let's see. We need to put black dots in all of those, so we could do that part. Oh, I missed. Right there. Oh, right there. See, it takes a while because you realize you missed this one or you missed that one. I missed the black lines on that one. Just realized that. And then you look at it for about 3 days and then you keep finding all the places that you missed working. Okay. This has dots in it. I guess I'm concentrating too much. I'm not talking very much. Sorry, guys. This whole past hour, I've been trying to master the twig stitch, little like a feather embroidery stitch. Think you finally succeeded. Well, that's good, Barbara. We would not want you to not be happy with that. Okay, we're just going to put some little black dots on. Okay, maybe if we got out that one Posca pen, yeah. Okay. That might work. Yes, it does. It works better. That's another one of my started projects that I haven't touched since a year ago. And that's I have a slow stitched piece that I was going to use as a journal cover. It's really cool looking. At least it started out looking really cool. I'm just have to, excuse me. I apologize. I just have to get it finished. But I just haven't sat still long enough, I guess, to do anything like that. Okay, the black dots in that really make a difference too. It's amazing how much something as simple as a tiny little dot will make the piece pop. Brittany isn't here today, but she was punching out paper to do something on this order. Okay, these blue sections I haven't drawn on yet, so I need to do some black on them. Don't know what exactly. But I also think that this pink one needs black dots in the middle of it. Yep. Most definitely. Oh. Oh, and I won't be able to stream on Thursday. Lisa might be streaming. I don't know. I haven't asked her. But I won't be able to because I have to take Mom to her new eye doctor on Thursday, so Thursdays are just hard for me. It just doesn't, it's not working very well. But I should be able to be back on next Sunday. I don't think I'm going anywhere. Are you just practicing, Barbara, or are you making something? Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do to the blue ones, is just outline that flower. I don't know. Maybe I need to do something to the... Okay. Let's see. Making dots on... Oh, the Jerry Bellini. Uh-huh. It's called... I'm gonna have to see if I can get a pen that writes better than this one. That one doesn't work very well. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go. My back's getting tired, and sew the dot onto the square. You add an embroidered frosting on the top. Yep. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go. I'll see you next week. I really do like my little page. I think it came out really cute. So, you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next week. Love y'all. Bye. Where's my thing?